Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 25th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker and how it marked the very end of the Skywalker saga, at least as far as the films go, a lot of fans around the world have been very much skeptical about the future of Star Wars and exactly how both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are going to handle everything moving forward. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, they really are in a phase of desperation and damage control. This is nothing new. I'm sure a lot of you know about this already, but of course, Kathleen Kennedy no longer has creative control, for the most part at least, except for 2 Star Wars TV series that are going to be in animated and live-action form. Now, the thing about FFL, George, John, and Dave are all working together as a team and formed an alliance to really bring Star Wars on the right path here and to really just give fans authentic Star Wars stories moving forward. However, when we focus on the Star Wars fans, we have seen a common trend. A lot of fans have been divided now ever since the release of The Last Jedi, and even more so divided after The Rise of Skywalker. Many would even argue that it's more than divided in that a majority of Star Wars fans have an issue with Disney's direction of Star Wars. And I could see people's point of view on that, you know. When we look at everything about the new Star Wars universe, that's what I'm most excited about, is that first off, we're getting this little mini-verse, if you will, with Disney Plus. That of course is the connection between the new Star Wars TV shows, and then you got the movies, which really kickstarts this new EU. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing is that now that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are primarily invested in the new Star Wars universe in general and what it means for the Star Wars fandom in order to reunite them around the world. Now, it's noted that they are actively hiring many creatives to come on board for the new Star Wars universe. However, in an interview earlier this year of 2020, when many creators of the sequel trilogy were being interviewed, eventually Kathleen Kennedy was questioned about the backlash of the fans over The Last Jedi by director Rian Johnson, where Kathleen Kennedy went on to say that the Star Wars fans have a tendency to be very toxic people, and that the Star Wars fans are very toxic when it comes to the things that they want most in the films and in the stories, and that they pay no attention to the actual toxic Star Wars fans and only focus on the writers and what they want to do with the franchise moving forward. She goes on to reveal that The Last Jedi backlash was no different than the toxic fans who disliked the prequel trilogy era, and it was the main reason as to why they played everything safe with The Force Awakens and also wanted to do something different and new with The Last Jedi, which the fans rejected. Let me just say one thing right now, is that I don't necessarily believe that the Star Wars fans are toxic, and if you guys do believe that, that's fine. I think it's just that a lot of the fans are very passionate people, that a lot of fans did not agree with what happened with The Last Jedi, and I also disagree that everything that happened with The Last Jedi, the backlash, it definitely was not the same. It was not the same of what happened with the prequel trilogy era. To me, this was on a much larger scale, and a lot of fans really rejected it, mostly because of the fact that we were all looking forward to what Luke Skywalker was going to be like in Episode 8, and it turned out to be something completely different and pretty much took a big 180, right? Now, Kennedy also reveals that the Star Wars fans can be overly demanding and can even put pressure on the creators, which is why she let Rian Johnson do his own thing and even requested him to not overly focus on social media like Twitter and Facebook while he made his film back in 2016 when he was over in Ireland. Now, many argue and debate that the fans are not toxic, but rather just passionate individuals who only defend what they love and have cherished for so many years. And I do agree. I think that a lot of people's perception on how the Star Wars fans are very toxic really pretty much equals out to we're just passionate fans who really want to see what was pretty much before when Disney took over Lucasfilm, right? I think the fact that Kathleen Kennedy views the Star Wars fans in general as toxic is not a healthy way to go, and I think it only supports the fact that she really was just doing what she wanted to do on purpose, to kind of turn off the toxic fans and to actually create new fans at that by developing these new stories, which really did not end up for the best, right? So, Kathleen Kennedy, thankfully, she no longer has creative control over at Lucasfilm. She's only in control of 2 Star Wars TV shows. That, of course, is a live-action one, and an animated TV series for Disney+, and that's it, nothing more than that. So that's the good news. We got FFL, Lucas, Favreau, and Filoni all working together on the new TV shows, the new Star Wars books, novels, and comics, and video games, and how they're going to be structured, as well as the new Star Wars movies, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.